Hello again, my audience. This is Daniel again for the second tour around the Schuylkill County Fair, and I just had a large turkey leg and the fries. Of course, only with the soda adds up $28. That's pretty pricey, isn't it? Now we're going to look around with arts and crafts, and the sign says no drinks and food around here at this part. I think I've been to this part before, right on the other video. I'm going to show you around. We showed you the barnyard animals, and now I'm going to show you like the old-time tractors and trailers. Well, there's a unicorn. I can recognize this picture. Hold it there, little one. So it's like watching a Christmas movie called Prancer in 1989. Sam Elliott was in it, Abe Vigola, and even Cloris Leachman. Something I used to have on VHS. There's some billy goats over there. Now we're going into the museum of these inventions. Something that you don't see every day like that anymore in New York. Hold on. Oh man. Beep beep Roadrunner. There's the tractors. Now we're gonna cross over this. It's like going through like your workshop. Look at everything in there. You don't see that in our barn. Our barn over at the 90 on Laurel Boulevard when they put the soapbox crates away. Yeah, they were building that for about 6 months. Here they are now, one of the tractors. This is beautiful. Let me see. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go inside of the at this place. So we don't have this in New York. I don't know about that in Flushing Meadow Park. This is one of the best county fairs ever. There's the old-time tractors. This is gonna be from the 1920s. In the old days, before they had ignition key, they used to crank it around like that. I seen that with Laurel and Hardy crank their Model Ts. I don't know about Fred McMurray and the Absent-Minded Professor. I don't see him. I don't see him like the cranking the car. And look at this. The large wood lathe, yep. The tool was used in woodworking in the early 1900s. That was before the Great Depression. And look at this. Horse-drawn, yep. This is going to be the thing for undertakers when they take you to the funeral or cemetery to bury dead people in. And look at this machine. You don't see this in New York. And you know, this machine was built around 1899, near the turn of the century. And look at these old vehicles. And we don't have this in New York every day. And look at this. They look like a horse and wagon over there. Carnivorous wagon and relates item on load to Schuylkill County Farm Museum, Farm Beach Central Wagon Train Committee. This gotta be around the 1800s of this wagon. Look, but don't touch. This model was made in 1872. Way back in 1872. There's the old buggy made around the 1800s. Out of the 1790s. Here's a pony wagon. Look at this. I don't know. This has got to be back in the early, around the 1890s or 1900s. Look at the sled. When you go out for like the snow, you might even use this sled. And this was made around 1890 to 1900. Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. Who built it? Yeah. And look at the old phonograph. This got to be made around the... I'll show you that when I can get up there. I don't know about that. I don't want to get in trouble. This record player's got to be around the 1920s. I can tell about that. When you listen to Al Jolson or Woody Valley, yeah. And look at this barn. It was built in 1858. That was around the Civil War era, around the 1860s. And look at this, like farmers used to use every day. And look at the kitchen's appliances. We're walking into like the world of the honeymooners. Look at these old plates, dishes, and there's the ice box. Ralph Cranner used to use that in these honeymooner skits from the Jackie Gleason show in the 1950s. And I love these old ice boxes. That was before there was the refrigerators. It wasn't until the 1930s. And look at this old stove. It was manufactured in 1921. Made about 102 years ago. During of the Roaring 20s era, of course. Yeah. Al Capone's era. Look at that. And look at the old washing machine. I don't know. Back then they didn't have any motors. Yeah, those are the good old days when the kitchens used to be pioneers. Now everything comes to electrical since the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, or maybe in the 60s. Maybe in the 80s was kind of like better for those electricity days. And look at this. This is built around 1800s. The washing machines. And this Singer length sewing machine shoe showing was made in 1889. And look at this spinner, yeah. This got to be made around the 1800s, 1830s. And look at this, folks. There's the Martin bicycle, right attached to this antique item. Doesn't make any sense. This is the farmers use when they're doing some farming work. This is from 1876 to 1920. That was the year when when the government affected with people drinking. That's why it started of the Prohibition era. There's flour thing, yep. And this was built in 1887. Yeah. And look at this right over there. And this power ouch mower was built during the 1950s, and this other one was built in the 1930s. That was like a Depression era. And look at this. This is the old-fashioned racing car. Something that you don't see that anymore. And look at this. That means it will take you anywhere, maybe into the moon or something. And I gotta find what year this manufactured. And these wheels looks pretty big or something. It might be too big for my house. Yeah, but don't touch. I don't know what year is it, but this gotta be from the 50s and 60s. And look at this chainsaw. Yeah. Sounds like a saw. This the potato salter was milled in 1910 of the early 20th century. They got everything there. Hammer mill, yep. It looks pretty good over there. And look at this portrait of the farm and the barn over there. Maybe this picture worth like maybe like $1 million or something. I don't know. The whetstone Awitov was made in the early 1900s. And look at this. These are the tools they use for farming. We're just looking around with. There's the old original milk bottles. In the old days, before they had like milk containers, they used to deliver milk into your doorstep. So the 1960s or 70s, they stopped doing that. Now it's about the plastic milk containers at the supermarket. But the old days, milkmen used to deliver your milk every morning. They don't even have that anymore. I don't want to block the traffic. It's like going around the Museum of Natural History in New York City. This is so beautiful. This looks... Now here's the tractors and everything that we don't have this in New York City. Not even my neighborhood. I think I see like bulldozers and other things in my neighborhood with the construction months ago when they're building the soapbox derby house, and I put all the gold carts in there for the soapbox derby. That was in my other videos when I had to make that. And look at this, Curtis N. Nuckenbill. It's from 1952 to 2000. Yep, 48 years. Probably he died at the time. God bless him. This looks beautiful around the fair. Well, folks, I hope you enjoy going through this tour of the Tractor Museum, and I'll see you for another video when I show you some more pets around. Later, and chill.